Good day, everyone. For Epic News, I'm Marcelo Palermo, Epic News en punto ahí, point of information. We are here trying to see and peruse the news and what's going on. We are just weeks away from the election, the confirmation of a new justice, everything together, COVID-19, the COVID-19 situation that, of course, is still concerning everyone all over the world. Not only here in our country, the United States of America. And there's a very important thing recently I've seen, a documentary about the Russian intervention in the 2016 elections. And I remember during those days, I was thoroughly following everything step by step. And I actually have some background in investigating not only fake news, but also also plots to try to convince people to think otherwise or to deceive them so they can think otherwise if they have an idea to change their minds, let's say vote for another candidate that will actually bring them some sort of feeling of revenge. In the case of, for example, Bernie Sanders followers. And the thing is, you can for sure understand and know that there was Russian intervention. I mean, there's little doubt about that. They did, in fact, intervene in trying to persuade people to vote against Mrs. Hillary Clinton and in favor of Donald Trump because they thought in the Kremlin that Mr. Donald Trump will be the better option. Now, there's a very important thing that you have to consider, that it seems that many people do not consider this factor. And that is that a foreign government, no matter how powerful they are, they don't have the capabilities to infiltrate the votes counting system of the United States of America, which is quite secure, and change the voting counts. That, to make it more practical, let's say Mrs. Clinton will have been in a position to win the Electoral College. That is the 270 delegates that will give her the victory, which didn't happen. She won the popular vote, but not the Electoral College. Well, the Russian operatives, the spies, cyber spies, whoever was working into this, of course, there's no official confirmation from the Russian government. Everything comes from our intelligence agencies, especially CIA and FBI. But they don't have the capabilities to change the votes. So make no mistakes, the ones who voted were Americans. I mean, the millions of registered American voters voted. Many of them, out of discontent, did not vote. And the thing is, we are in quite a different situation right now, today in 2020. But we have to understand a main factor here. They can actually bombard you creating fake accounts in social media, creating fake websites, many different assorted variety of fake products, and post them as if they were real, as if they were truth, and try to persuade people to change their mind or to get angry about certain things. But the thing is, everything that they dug up, the thousands of emails from Mrs. Clinton, the scandalous problem that happened within the Democratic Party in the primaries when Bernie Sanders lost, and there was a high suspicion that there was a plot not to let him win. All of those things that came out to the light of day will not be there if they shouldn't have existed. This is the thing, if you don't have dirt, they are not going to find dirt on you. Because if they make it up, let's say tomorrow I'm a candidate and somebody says, well, you tried to bribe this person in order to get this contract, and I firmly know that such thing is a lie, I am going to contest that. And not only that, I'm going to bring it up very often. And I'm going to show and provide proofs, and nobody's going to be able to find otherwise. At least they're coming out with lies, because that will be literally fake. It will be not true. And unfortunately, when Mrs. Clinton got elected as a candidate for the Democratic Party, it was in a very tumultuous and for many suspicious primary election. All or most of Bernie Sanders supporters refused to vote for Mrs. Hillary Clinton. And here's the problem. With lots of people not voting or even voting for Mr. Donald Trump, eventually things turn around. And although Mrs. Clinton won the popular vote, and by far, we're talking about over 3 million votes, she didn't make it in the Electoral College, which is what it counts. And hence, we have today Mr. Donald Trump as the President of the United States of America, or almost about to finish his first term. Now, in a couple of weeks, we are going to have the general elections, but the elections, the early voting already started. And the early voting already started almost all over the country. So this is why I encourage you to go and vote. And by God, again, I cannot stress this enough. You need to educate yourself, form and inform yourself. Create to and for yourself critical thinking. You don't need to be lectured by no politician. You need to be lectured by what you learn, by the truth, by facts. And unfortunately, more and more all over the world, this is not, and listen to me well, this is not an American exclusive thing. This happens all over the world. You should see how bad it gets in other countries, especially in the underdeveloped countries. You should see what's happening all over the continent outside of the United States of America with so-called journalism, in where you have in different programs and platforms opinions and people that are being paid to form opinion, not to inform properly. Of course, we have created interests. Of course, you have in the media, because it is a business, people for and people against one or the other candidate. Now I'm asking you, the viewer, you watching this independent, unbiased show, Epic News. Did you do your research? Did you read both the Democratic and the Republican platforms? Did you get the facts straight? Do you know what you stand for? Do you know what's better for you? Or what could be better for you? Because of course, we can anticipate, but we cannot know as a fact or for a fact how things are going to happen. Because the future is about to be unveiled. It has to happen yet. Of course, I believe that both platforms have or has to have the best intentions to do well, because who wants to do things the wrong way to fail? Who wants to fail? You might do things the wrong way, but trying to actually do the right thing. I don't think that nobody in its right mind will try to screw things up once you're there at the highest level of power. You might try to take advantage. There might be corruption. Who knows? Eventually, that's something that history will decide, and the administrative system of justice will also decide. But nobody will want to fail once you are in the highest office of the land. If you are the Oval Office, you certainly do want to succeed. So now I'm asking you, do you want to succeed as a person in the country and in the world? I am sure that the answer will be yes. With that answer in mind, keep on learning and keep on planning to go vote, because I know that unfortunately here in the United States of America we are having hours of lines in many places, in many counties, in many cities, in many states, because of some sort of paranoia and bureaucratic problems. This should not be happening. Voting should be way more effective. That is a shame. It is a shame that we have to wait hours to actually go and vote or to vote. But you need to vote. And we need to be sure that we start thinking critically, because we don't want to fall into the category and get the characteristics that unfortunately some features we already have describe a banana republic. What will turn us into a banana republic? Wait For example, well, if we don't abide to the Article 20 of the Constitution, the 20th article of the Constitution. Article number 20 of the Constitution explains the trespassing of power from one president to another, or the continuation of one president. The thing is, whether Mr. Trump wins or loses, on January the 20th at 12 p.m., his first term will expire. If he loses, he will have to give up his powers as president and trespass that position to Mr. Biden and Mrs. Harris from the Democratic Party. Now, if he wins, he will take the oath for a second term, and that will be for the next 4 years. You know now a little bit more about the Constitution, and of course you can ask me questions. Check me out on Facebook, check me out here at YouTube. We have lots of information regarding constitutional law, elections, politics, socioeconomics, social politics, etc., history, anthropology. Don't be afraid to hit me up with questions, and we will be more than happy to address such questions or those questions. For Epic News, this is Marcelo Palermo. Thank you for being with us. Stay there with us. We are going to stay here with you, by you, and for you. Thank you. Have a great day.